The rule of thumb is, go ahead and write this down. What it is? No sale will close until all the objections are covered and settled to the prospect's satisfaction. That does. So for example, let us take 25 objections you would have come across or people are making that you came across or be aware of it. They will not all ask all the 25 objections. They will ask few. They will ask few. So you should be ready for it. You should be ready for it. The sales representatives thus getting a lot of rejections has to be shown they are going something wrong in their sales process. The sales representative thus getting a lot of, if you are getting lot of rejections and objections, that means you are on the wrong track of explanation. You are not in tune with his expectations. This you should gauge. So it cannot come with one presentation or few presentations. Umpteen number of presentations every day, every week, every month, every year you have to do. Then only you will assess what he wants. Typically, that representative needs to tweak a fine adjustments to mechanism or system, the way they are finding objections, and they subtly, in a clever and indirect way, in order to achieve something, changing the way they are handling those objections. So the need of the hour of the representative is to make a fine-tune adjustments in your demo itself according to the customer. According to the customer. Okay, friends, I will stop with this for this current session. After 5 minutes, let us log on with the second session. Okay, thank you. The representative that is getting rejected over and over again needs coaching. So that's why a separate session I have formed for this, objections and rejections, because you need coaching on it. The experienced persons like me has to give a food for thought you to approach the prospects. Okay? The coaching needs to be specifically tailored on how to handle the types of objections that are getting. So it should be tailor-made. What tailor-made means? Easy to understand each and every objections. In fact, I have going to cover exhaustively, more in an elaborate manner I am going to deal. So beyond that, probably there won't be any objections or rejections for you to hear or handle. Okay? This needs to be very concise coaching, and it needs to be done at the earliest, else the salesman will get dejection. See, either to probably you would have had a good number of years of experience and all. Only few things of handling objections you would have learnt, or you yourself would have experienced. That is not enough. So it is a vast one. You have to experience it, hear it, and master it. Hence, let us see the broad cover of all objections that I have encountered in my 40 years now of experience. 40 years of experience. Friends, for all these objections I am going to give, nobody taught me. I only learnt, because I always stand first person for any objection or rejection, whether it is personally put for me or in the branch or some in public what is called meetings or in public area. For example, if I am traveling in a train or a bus, if somebody talks ill of LIC, immediately I will peep in. I will definitely ask him, may I know the reason, sir, why you are telling. So I have learnt many like that. I myself volunteered for those objections, rejections and dejections. That's why I have learnt exhaustively. No doubt. Sorry, no one taught me, but I have learned them with my sheer, sincere, professional and eagerness. Okay? Now, overrule objections. Objections overruled by agents. In many of the cases of the objections can be overruled by the following. What is overruling? In presentation itself, in a polite or in a polished manner or in a systematic manner, you do it. Suppose if you ask and you give explanation, he might be convinced or might not be. Whereas if you yourself put it, 100% he will be convinced. Collecting as much information as possible from the prospect before preparing a presentation. See, many objections can be overruled by getting more information from the prospect about his status, about his income, about his family size. Whatever manner you can collect, you collect as much as possible. With the information received, do homework. So these are all the concern, or he may ask for these objections because of the informations you got. For example, software engineer. You know what all the software engineers will object. Prepare in such a way your presentation to overcome all those objections. Then he will be thrilled to see a person like you. Otherwise, the software engineer in general, whatever they will ask, he will ask or she will ask. So after that, you need not explain. You can put it in your presentation itself. Wherever that apt manner you should put it. Just like that, for the purpose of putting or overcoming objection, you should not put here or there. Appropriate place it should find. Do many rehearsals before appointment date so as to make a pakka presentation. Your professional appearance, printed quotations, admitting during presentation some facts like our yield will be less but fulfills the purpose and so on. See, chart like this you should have always to show to the customer. In relevance to the objections raised, you should show immediately. Then only he will be convinced. Seeing is believing. Apart from that, See, if somebody compares yield, you tell him that insurance is taken for a purpose and not for yield. Bluntly, you can admit or say, because insurance is taken for a purpose. What is the purpose? For his pension, old age, or to educate his child or children, to get marriage of the child, or to maintain the status of the family. These are all the purposes which the higher yield producing savings scheme will not take care. That you have to emphasize or underline. Seeing is believing, and hence carry some material, printouts, or store it in your cell phone itself, and it should be easily accessible. You should not search in front of the customer what he wants or what you wants to show. Now we will see what are all the initial objections. Friends, apart from my text explanation, you will enjoy my picturization in tune with the objections. That made the difference. Actually, few classes before only I have included all this picturization. If you do in front of, see, you can do it in front of the customer. Relevant to the objection, you can show this, or you take a printout. You can show it, whatever manner. So what is the purpose for a policy to be taken? Family protection, pension fund. So if you show, the initial objection will not come at all. I am already having policies, or my relative is an agent. Now many agents are bold. Then they will say, okay sir, bye bye. By the way, if you want any policy or service, call me. The agent will extend the visiting card and run away from the scene by getting this particular objection. I am already having policies, or my relative is an. Now I will tell you how to handle it. Don't run away. Very good, sir. Always appreciate. The first and foremost, you should make an habit to appreciate. Very good, sir. You enjoy it. Don't get jittered by this answer from the prospect. You enjoy it. Very good, sir. Then my job becomes easy with you, as you will be aware of family protection, pension fund, concept of insurance, human life value, and capital need analysis. Still, any further explanation needed, I am ready. So add these words. Most probably, I underlined the word. All this terminology you would not have came across during the extension of previous policies by the agent who have already approached. They would have just like that explained the product and got the policies. Friends, I here once again underline the word. Your job is not to tell the features of the product. If you tell the features of the product, you will not get the business. Tell the purpose, tell the benefit. So what is the purpose and benefit? These are all the benefit. After accepting, oh, I need one of these, yes, explain. Then only the feature of the product has to be explained. But many agents, just like that, they explain the feature of the product That's why many are objecting and you are being toppled or you are getting rejected. So make a shift. I already explained you 80-20 formula. 80% of the time you should explain for what purpose he has to take insurance. If you explain properly, then in 20% of the time given, you can place the product. That is, you can pitch the product. Then definitely he will give you a clue. You can go ahead with that, and I have finalized like that. I am already having policies or my relatives an agent. Make an appointment now. Sorry. By the by, give an appointment, sir. So see his mind by, you have told some purposes, you see his body language and the reception. If he is receptive, then you go ahead with getting an appointment. Okay, sir, probably now you will be busy and all. You give an appointment, I will explain in a proper manner. All these explanations and my subsequent visits are free of cost. It is my duty to enlighten you all. And after receiving all those informations, I am sure you will come back to me in giving a policy. Like that you can continue. Sir, so that I can apprise more on these topics in relevance to your existing policies for awareness purpose and not for new policy. At initial stage you tell like this, it's not for new policy. But ultimately, with my experience, they will give you a policy if you approach properly and if you explain more on the previous policies. Most of the agents would not have given exhaustive information or explanations about the previous policies he had. So my consultation is free. See, the person need not go through these words. If he or she, the prospect goes through these pictures, they themselves can understand easily. That's why picturization is the best method in presentation. So try to inculcate this habit. Add pictures in your presentations. Develop that art. My consultation is totally free, just to keep up alive your contact. Sir, somehow I made the contact today. I want to keep alive your contact. So I would like to give more information, more services, free of cost. Kindly encourage me to keep alive your contact. Like that you tell, many definitely will say yes.